Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today, I was looking through my all my videos, and I decided to do, where you can pick like with the newest video or the oldest video first or the most popular first. So I clicked on the one that was the most popular, or did the thing for most popular. And the most popular video that I ever did was my very fourth video, and it was called My Top Werewolf Books of All Time. And I did 5 werewolf books, including When the Autumn Moon is Bright, The Wolf Man by Nicholas Picaro, The Loveliest Dead, I'm sorry, not The Loveliest Dead, oh my gosh, I'm having a problem here. The Night Walker by Thomas Tessier and a couple of others, alright? Cycle of the Werewolf. I don't remember what number 4 was. But anyway, I thought to myself, I did this and I'm thinking, why not try to capture lightning in a bottle one more time? So what I'm doing today is my top werewolf books of all time, part 2, alright? Because since the first video, I've read quite a number of werewolf books. Oh, number 4 was The Howling trilogy. But anyway, I've read quite a number of werewolf books since I actually did that video back in 2019, I believe it was. So today, like I said, we're going to do part 2. So for these, I'm not going to do in any particular order, so there's not really a thing of 5 to number 5 being the worst or whatever, or the 5th best and number 1 being the best. So yeah, and some of these I actually have to read the synopsis. I don't exactly remember, because it's been a while since I read them. I don't exactly remember the synopsis of some of these books exactly, so I kind of got to refer to some notes over here. But anyway, let's go ahead and get underway with this. So the first one I'm going to mention or talk about today, and this is one I'm actually still reading because I'm waiting on the 5th book to come out, and that is the Bane County series by J.R. Rice. I absolutely love this series. One reason being is because these werewolves in this particular series, they are absolutely, first of all, they're huge. They're described as being linebackers, with 8-foot tall linebackers with fur and fangs and claws. And when they attack you, they absolutely leave nothing. I mean, there's just very little to even identify you, all right? So, and it's kind of a coming of age tale, because in the first book, you have this kid named Bryce, and Bryce is 17 years old, and he lives in Bane County. He's got a best friend named Jackson. He lives with his grandparents, but he starts to realize there's something going on in this town. There's something not right, and then one night he encounters one of these huge beasts. Luckily, he survives. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens there. But the rest of the series is his coming of age, his growing up, him and Jackson growing up. They both realize there's something wrong in this town, that the creatures are out there. They get the local sheriff involved. And, yeah, it's just basically this long-running battle for years and years amongst not only the werewolves of this story, and the people of this town, Bryce, Jackson, the sheriff, and others, all right? So, yeah, that is my first pick, Bane County, all right? Like I said, not doing it in any particular order, all right? So here we go. Next one up, now this is one I read a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but it's been a while, probably about 6 years maybe, because this was published in 2015, and I probably read it around the time it came out. But this is by Glenn Rolfe, and this is called Blood and Rain. So I'm going to read the synopsis for you, because like I said, I don't remember the whole thing. A safe rural community. Summer is here. School is out, and the warm waters of Emerson Lake await. But one man's terrible secret will unleash a nightmare straight off the silver screen. Under the full moon, a night of terror and death reawakens horrors long sleeping. Sheriff Joe Fisher, a man fighting for the safety of his daughter, his sanity, and his community, must confront the sins of his past. Can Sheriff Fisher set Gilson Creek free from the beast hiding in the shadows? Or will a small town die under a curse it can't even comprehend? One night can and will change everything. All right, so yeah, that was actually the first book I actually read by Glenn Rolfe. I've since read 2. I've enjoyed his writing immensely. So I knew once I read Blood and Rain that I was going to want to read more by him, and he's written he's written a top-notch werewolf tale. So yeah, that's number 4. All right, or my second pick, if you want to call it that. Alright, so next up, and here's another one I've got to read the synopsis for. Another one, it's been a while. Now, this was published in 1991 under Moon of the Werewolf, but I read it as Undertakers Moon, and this is by Ronald Kelly. If you guys know Spooky Noodles Nick over at Spooky Noodles, he is a huge Ronald Kelly fan, and he's kind of getting me turned on to more Ronald Kelly also. So yeah, and you can't go wrong with a werewolf story, and and the way that Ronald Kelly tells it. All right, here we go. The rural town of Old Hickory, Tennessee. Well, wait a minute. A graveyard feast beneath the summer moon. The rural town of Old Hickory, Tennessee was a quiet, picturesque community until the O'Sheas came to town, becoming the new proprietors of the town's only funeral parlor with the help of their charming patriarch, Squire McManus. The Irish family was wholeheartedly accepted by the local townfolk. The thing began to happen. The strange things, horrible, unspeakable things in the dead of night. The sighting of wolfish beasts congregating around an open grave in this town cemetery, frightening changes in several of Old Hickory's less desirable residents, and the brutal murder and devourment of a varsity football player in the wooded wilderness outside of town. Soon what was once concealed in shadow and secrecy was now starkly revealed in all its ravenous fury by the silvery light of the full moon. As the residents of Old Hickory, as well as the local police, began to fall victim to an unknown evil, 4 individuals, the town nerd, a high school jock, a widowed gunsmith, and a mysterious transient from a distant shore, find themselves facing what could possibly be a hellish lycanthrope from ancient Ireland, the legendary Argat Bethir, the Silver Beast. And that is Undertakers Moon, and that is by Ronald Kelly, all right? So that's my number 3 pick. Again, not in any particular order. All right, so the next 2 I'm doing as a tie because they both cover the same type of subject. The first one is by Eric Red, and it was published in 2013, and it is The Guns of Santa Sangre. And the second one is The 13th Coyote, and that was published in 2020, and it is by Christopher Triana. Both these books deal with a gang of outlaws, marauders, whatever you want to call them, that run roughshod. They take over this town, they kill the people, everybody in the town, and not only are they outlaws with guns ablazing and things like that, but they also happen to be werewolves. And I just thought that was an absolutely fantastic combination of combining the Old West and the outlaws, and then of course lycanthropy and werewolves and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I tied those. If I was going to give a preference as to which one I think is better, I would probably have to go with The 13th Coyote, just by a hair. No pun intended, by werewolf hair, okay? Because it's just it's a sprawling epic of a book. It's like almost 500 pages, and it's like I said, it is just epic in its scope, okay? I mean, you've got a huge cast of characters. You've got these bloodthirsty, nasty werewolves, and you've got this Old West splatter Western setting that is just a winner on all fronts, okay? All right, and I think I'm down to my last book here. Yes, my last one, last but not least, is Wolf Moon by David Irons. This was the first book I read by David Irons, and as soon as I saw the cover and what the premise of this book was about, I absolutely had to have this book and I had to read it, okay? This book is exactly what it sounds like. Wolf Moon takes place in outer space. Is this group of roughneckers, what do you want to call them, they're doing like this illegal mining operation, and there just so happens to be a werewolf. How it got on the moon, I don't know. I don't remember that part, and I don't want to spoil anything for you anyway. But this thing, first of all, the cover of this book, from the very get-go, he pays homage to the 80s B-movie VHS movies like this. You could look at Wolf Moon and you could think you would see a movie like this. You would see this as a movie on VHS or Betamax. Let's go way back, Betamax, and in your local mom and pop video store, and you know damn well you're gonna pick it up. You're gonna be like, all right, honey, let's look at this one here, Wolf Moon, Werewolf in Outer Space. We gotta watch this, all right? You know, you plop your money down. That is the reason I love Wolf Moon so much. It is just absolute werewolf fun and in outer space, all right? So that's going to do it. That is my part 2 of my favorite werewolf books of all time. Will I do a part 3 of this? Probably. I just might, okay? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. It is Sunday afternoon. I'm going to try to get this to post, or try to post this on Monday. So until then, it's Labor Day weekend. So enjoy your weekend and stay safe out there. And take care and stay scared. Bye-bye.